episode of Women in Water, the podcast that brings you the voices and stories of remarkable women who are driving change in the water sector. I'm your host, Sue Let Pew, and today we have a truly inspiring guest with us. Ray, hello, nice to see you again.
Hi, Sulat. Nice to see you again.
Yeah, so could you please introduce yourself?
Okay. Hi everyone. I'm Raine Lavides. I'm from the Philippines, and currently I work in a project in the Philippines. So we work in our project. We work with or we partner with water utilities in the Philippines. So we work with that.
Yeah, that's nice. As we all are working in the water sector, I'm just wondering that what does water mean to you?
Well, for me, I think one thing that really comes to my mind when you say water is life. Um, but recently I've also added my definition of water as water is life and safety and security also. Um, because when we say water is life, well, we already know why. Because we really can't do anything without water, right? And our activities are very limited if there's no water, like as simple as drinking or washing our hands. It's hard to do these things when there's no water. But in terms of safety and security, having no access to clean water means you are not safe from also you're not also safe from any gender-based violence. I'm saying this because I've heard of cases like where girls were like sexually assaulted while they were fetching water from their nearest source. So because usually it's the young girls, or sometimes the mothers who fetch water right early in the morning at dawn. So I've heard of cases where they get sexually assaulted. So for me, I think having water at home, well, means safety also and security, especially for the girls. So yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice definition because whenever we talk about water, everyone knows that water is life. We cannot
Yeah.
survive without water. But
Mhm.
the point you mentioned about the safety and security of the woman, and that is also really important. Yeah. So how did you got into the water sector?
Yeah, actually, it's a funny story because
Uh huh.
I am a social worker by profession. So I'm not an engineer, or I don't have any technical backgrounds. So sometimes when someone would ask me like, "Oh, what's your background?" I'm a bit hesitant or shy to say that I'm a social worker because I'm in a water sector or a technical sector. So what am I doing here? So first I actually applied for the position in the project for the Propor coordinator, and I didn't know what the project was all about. Like I didn't know that we will be working with the water sectors, with the water utilities. But then at that time, I was a fresh graduate. I needed a job, so I took it. But then I wasn't hired as to be the proper coordinator. I got offered another position instead. But since I was looking for a job, so I took it. And then there, I became like the young expert, the young expert. And then I work as a management trainee during the time. I support the project. I support the other local staff. And then yeah, we work since in the project we work with the water utilities with the partners. So I learned about waterworks, how water utilities work, how they provide water to the customers and all that. And yeah, since then I now understood I now understood waterworks, and yeah, I like it. I like working in the project, and I really appreciate the water utilities, how they do their work, because it's not just work, it's really serving, because they're providing a basic need or a human right. They're providing water to the customers, to the people. So I really appreciate the working in the water sector.
Yeah, yeah. And you mentioned that when you first apply for the job, you didn't know what you were like
Yeah.
what you are doing, and then it's same. It goes the same for other people too. I mean, you know, they some people just accidentally get into the water sector and they cannot move out again. I mean, when they are in the water sector, they feel really appreciated
Yeah.
and they love their job, and
Mhm.
then they just in the water setter till they retire. I think that yeah, it's kind of like the water setter professional mindset.
Yeah,
So
it's really nice to be in the water
yeah.
sector.
So what are you doing currently?
So yeah, so I mentioned earlier that I tried to apply for the proper coordinator position, but I wasn't accepted or hired as the proper coordinator. But now, since I've had experiences with the project, I'm already 5 years in the with the project, so I've had experiences already. So now I'm finally one of the proper coordinators. Yeah. Yeah, I'm now one of the proper coordinators, and at the same time a project coordinator. So in our project we have seven partner utilities, and then I'm assigned two water utilities. So as a project coordinator, I coordinate the needs and the wants of our partner water utilities to the with the project. So I inform the project that, hey guys, this is what this water utility needs or wants. So we try to assist and support them. Sometimes we support them through the short term experts visiting, and also our local experts, the local staff. So we support them in any way we can. And as a proper coordinator, we make proper proposals with the water district or what with the water utilities, and then we submit it to the Water for Life Foundation. And yeah, with these proposals, the objective is to provide access to clean and safe water to low income communities, so they can have access to clean and safe water. So once the proposals are approved, then we can implement the project. So this is providing access of water to the low income communities. So that's what I'm currently doing.
Yeah, sounds interesting. And I'm just thinking out that you said that you were in the water sector around 5 years. So
Yes.
within that period, are there any proudful moment or like those kind of experience you have? Would you like to share with us?
Yeah, I have proud moments working in the project in the water sector. Um, I have a lot, um, mostly personal growth and professional growth as well. Like I used to be very shy and introverted, but now I can say that I am able to present myself well. Um, I am able now to communicate well with a, let's say, person in authorities, like the managers and all of that. And then I think um being working since I am now 5 years in the project, I can say I am most proud of is how I grew or how I expanded my learning, my knowledge, um, in terms of the technicalities, the technical works, technical aspect. Because when I started, I have no idea of any idea about water. I just know that there's water, but I didn't even know like where they get their water. So when I was already in the project, so I learned a lot of things. So even with the reduction of non-revenue water, I can say that I also have like a good amount of knowledge about it. So I'm very proud, and I share it with the water districts or the water utilities. And one thing also that I am very proud of is our the proposals that we've been making. Because of these proposals, we were able to provide access to water to thousands of people here in the Philippines among our project partners. So yeah, it's a very proud moment when Water for Life like sends you or sends us an approval that our proposals get approved. So yeah, so this June, we're waiting for the approval of one of our proposals. So hopefully they approve. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm because after listening to your story, I'm kind of interested how the water utilities providers in your country, how water is supplied to the public in your country, because I think that it might be a bit different from our country. So could
Mm.
you please share a little bit about that?
Um yeah. Actually, every water utilities here in the Philippines are not exactly the same. Like um of course they have different sources of water. But in terms of policies, there's a regulator. So a bit the same, but not exactly the same. So like in terms of like when the usually the people who wants to have water, of course they have to go to the water utilities and then apply for connection, and then the water utility so inspect if they can, or if they can provide water there, or if they have like a line there, so they can provide water or they can install a connection. But if the water utility, if they don't have like a line there in the area, then they will really have to decline because they cannot provide water because they don't have like they're still not that area is still not part of their coverage. So yeah, usually those people who have no access of water yet usually are the low income communities and those in the far flung areas, the remote areas. Yeah. So yeah, that's one of the challenges because of course the water utilities here, um the financial aspect, of course, they don't have a lot, so they cannot just expand, right? So yeah, that's one of the challenges. That's why also the proposals that we're making, it also helps them to reach those far areas.
And are there any, particular experience as a woman working in the water sector, like privilege or your positive memory, or maybe your negative memory too? So could
Mm.
you please share with us?
Oh yeah. There wasn't really anything major, but I guess sometimes when, like, for example, when we have to go to the field or do site visits, well, usually, majority of the people we are with are usually men because, of course, the majority are men in the field, those people assigned in the field. So when we do site visits, I think sometimes like they treat me or like any um women like who are with us, excuse me, yeah, they treat us like as if we're something fragile. So like when we go to the field, so they will treat us with extra care, or they'll ask to carry our things for us, or we can sit in the passenger seat instead of at the back of the truck, like that. So for me, it's nice sometimes, but also I can't help but think that maybe they're treating us that way because we're women, and maybe they think that we couldn't handle all the ruggedness of being so yeah, so sometimes when they like offer all those nice gestures, sometimes I really like to decline because I don't want to be treated like, I don't want to be given special treatment because just because I'm a woman or something. Yeah. And then another experience we recently have, or we recently experienced, was because in the team in our project there's 12 members, and then nine nine team members are all women. So it's like a huge group with consists the majority of women. And then when we have to go to meet um new people or new groups, and then we'll introduce ourselves. Hi, we are the PEWUP team. And then they'll get surprised, like, oh, you're all women. And then it's like, like they get surprised, and it's not in a complimenting like tone. So like really surprised, like, oh, why are you all women, like that? So all of us, like the team members, we would just like laugh awkwardly, or like, so yeah, it's really funny actually. For me, I don't really get offended when like they're surprised, but I find it funny instead. It's like a joke, like when they get surprised, it's like we also like to like give an expression that's giving off like surprise for all women, deal with it, like that. So we really like to give that reply also, but like of course like in a nice way still. So so yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I can relate to that story and that experience. I mean, because I think that maybe just only the Asian things. I'm not sure about that because even in our country, women are perceived as a gender and fragile
Yes.
species.
Yeah.
So even
Yeah.
though we can go or we can work together with the male
Mm-hmm.
engineers or male workers, male professionals, they just we have some kind of privilege even in the free side. And for me, I really love about that because I cannot in the, let's say for example, when we are going to the village, remote village, or like it needs
Mm-hmm.
to walk around half an hour or something like that. At that time, the community offer me like some kind of transportation mode, like the motorcycles or cars or those kind of things. I really love about that. They told me that you are you are a woman or you are a girl. You should go with the motorcycles. So the sun is really scorching. It will destroy
Yeah. Yeah.
your skin or those kind of things. And yeah, I feel like like I'm a princess.
Yeah. Sometimes it's
Yeah,
really nice, especially when
yeah,
it's really hot, then yeah,
yeah.
I can accept that offer.
And so the last question: are there any recommendation or suggestion would you like to give to the younger girls who would like to work in the water sector?
Yeah. I think that well, it's already a given that if you want to work in the water sector, you have to like strive to learn and understand how the water utilities or how the water sector do their work. And for me, since I started like as having zero knowledge about water, So it really doesn't matter if you know so little or if you know a lot, as long as you are willing to learn. Like the willingness to learn is really there. And well, aside from the technical aspects of waterworks, I believe that you also need to have the heart to serve, because if you really want to be in the water sector, you will be serving the people regardless of their status, of their race, of their gender, of their religion. Yeah, you will be serving everyone, because of course everyone needs water and everyone deserves to have access to safe and clean water. So I think that if you want to be in the water sector, um, you have to have a good balance of like your of a good heart and of a good mind, so you'll be able to perform well and also like serve well. Because I think um some people, like, their first impression or first um opinion, or like one of their opinions of those in the water sector, is that, oh, they're like having a business, or like they're treating the water sector or the water company as a business. But it's really not, because you're serving the people. And yeah, it's really about serving. So if you have the heart to serve, then I think you'll be able to like um you'll be able to inquire, or you will be motivated to like learn as much as you can, so you'll be able to provide water to everyone. So yeah, I think that's what I can advise to girls who want to work in the water sector.
Yes, thank you. I'm because you know that water is not like a business. Water
Mhm.
utility, especially the water company, is not a business. I really agree with that. I usually think about it. Oh, they are doing the business, but
Mhm.
actually, it's not. It. I
Yeah.
mean, everyone is doing the business, but for the water company, it also include the heart of serving, like you said. If you are not really happy with the serving people, I think that the water soda is not your cup of tea.
Yes. Yes. Because
Yep,
it's really all about serving people.
yep, yep. So, just let me ask only one question. This question kind of bordered when we are talking. So, are there any challenges and how you overcame about it? How did you overcome about it?
Yes, of course. There were a lot of challenges. Like, uh, like I doubted myself a lot. Like, if I'm really in the right place, like in the right yeah, if I'm really fit for the job, or if I'm, yeah, that all those self doubt. But then I think one thing that helped me was how supportive and how encouraging, like, my environment was. Like, my boss, my colleagues, they were all supportive and encouraging. Like, they know and understand that I don't have a lot of knowledge and experiences yet, so they try to encourage me and motivate me, like, it's okay if you don't know everything, if it's okay if you like make a mistake, you're here to learn, like that. So they're giving me like assurances that it's okay, you're doing great, like that. And yeah, and because they trust me, like, so I also am motivated to do well. So I really encourage myself as well to like to keep learning, to keep engaging, especially with the experts, because of course I can learn a lot from them. So yeah, I just kept on learning and learning until until I can understand like how things work. So I am a contributing team team member. I'm now a contributing team member in the project. So I have my contributions, everyone has. So we all have we're now I am now able to contribute like um my ideas and everything. So yeah, I think that's why I also mentioned the willingness to learn must be really there because like all of us we don't know the answers to everything. So we have to be willing to learn. So yeah, I think that's how how I overcame my challenges and my struggles.
Yeah, yeah, that's really a good experience, and good to know that you're. I'm really feel lucky for you because you have good supervisors and your
Yes.
colleagues are supporting
Mm-hmm.
you. That's really nice. And
Yeah, it's really a big help. Like if you have a supportive environment,
yeah,
and also I think my boss and my colleagues, they really like or they're very generous in giving compliments. So somehow it also boosts my self-esteem, like, oh, and my confidence level, like, oh, I can do this because they trust me and like they believe in me. So maybe I can really do it. And yeah, after trying, then I realized that, oh, I can actually do it.
yeah, and I think that after having a lot of support from the working environment, I kind of feel that oh, I can also create those kind of environment for my
Yes.
younger generation. I mean,
Yeah.
it's more like if I get receive something, I would like to give the same thing. So I think that we
Yeah.
all started with the supported and listening and positive environment for the younger generation. I think it will be really good. Super cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Rain, for joining our podcast and for sharing your experience and your moment with it. I really appreciate about that. So yeah, thank you very much, Rain.
Thank you also, Sulat, for having me. I feel really
Yeah.
honored. I
Yeah.
hope I was able to share some good insights.
Of course, you already shared a lot, like joining the water setup with zero knowledge and your experience and your being a woman in the Philippine water utility. I think
Hmm.
that's a really nice experience for our listener. Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you. So today we have a special guest from Philippines. So next week we will have another one who will be talking about her experience and her passion in another country. So yeah, see you and have a great day. Bye bye.